Half a day and welcome to Deep Sea Beauty. Oh my goodness, this is about the third time I have tried to tape this segment. Oh my goodness. So hopefully I'll get it right this time. I'm trying to condense a lot of information into a fairly short video. So here we go again. Today I want to focus on the first of an installment series, which I'm going to be calling Tretinoin Tales. I just started using Tretinoin a few weeks ago on June 4th, and I wanted you to see what my skin looks like right now. Sans makeup. This is just using my regular skincare routine. I did this a few hours ago, and I want to get in nice and close so you can see what my skin looks like. Oh yeah, that's looking good. It's hard to do this. All right, so now that that's kind of out of the way. All right, my skin is not bad by any means. However, I want to look as good as possible in the future. And if I had known 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what I know now about skincare, I absolutely would have started using prescription strength Tretinoin when I turned 30. No doubt, no doubt. And my skin would look even better than it looks now. So what I want to do was show you what it is that I'm using. So I was prescribed this cream, Avita Tretinoin Cream, 0.025%. I wanted a low percentage because I want to, build up to the higher percentage as slowly as possible. I am not one of those people that wants, that lizard skin, at all. I want to look good. I kind of figure, well, if I'm going to be using a product that's supposed to make me look good, well, I don't want to look like a lizard, while I'm in the process of trying to look better. What's the point of that? So, so I started using it on June 4th, and I promised myself that I would wait a month before I started upping to every night. I had been using it every other night until last Thursday, which was not a month, but I wasn't really seeing any kind of effect from using it every other night. No irritation, no excessive peeling, so I kind of thought, well, all right, I'll start upping it. So Thursday night, I used it, Friday night I used it, and and then my skin started kind of freaking out. But honestly, I don't think it's because I was using it all of a sudden every night. 2 nights in a row just wasn't enough. What I had done was, instead of using the very, very small amount that I had been using, I used about twice as much in order to get more coverage on my face, because it does not spread as easily as some of the other skin products that I use. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just use a little bit more. I think that was the problem. I think the problem was that I ended up using too much without realizing it. So especially here, in all those sensitive areas, here, 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 but everywhere, it was just, kind of just raw, feeling irritated, kind of like that feeling you get after you get sunburned or windburned, where just everything is just kind of feeling raw and sensitive and kind of cracked, even though it's not cracked. And every product that I was putting on my face over this last weekend just hurt. Everything stung. It was not fun. So Saturday, I did not use it at all. Sunday, I didn't use it, and Monday, I didn't use it. Monday, I went to Kmart and I bought this Cortisone 10 Intensive Healing Formula, and this is the formula that I highly recommend getting, not any of the other ones. The ingredients in this are very, very good, and there's antioxidants. I'm really impressed with this. And I used that Monday night, Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, and Wednesday morning. And then Tuesday night, I started using the Tretinoin again, but I used it in the smaller amount that I had been using, prior to the last Thursday. And so I used it Tuesday, I used it last night, and I'm fine. And I honestly think it's because of the amount that I have been using. So if you're using tretinoin and you're getting like, you know, that peeling and that rawness and it just, everything just feels yuck, yuck, yuck. Stop using it. Use the hydrocortisone, you know, 1%, or the cortisone 10 for like, you know, a few days, and then like, you know, start easing into the tretinoin use again. Maybe every other night, and then like, you know, going back to the every night, and really just use a small amount. And I really think even a small amount is like fine. So so I want to just go over what I use today as far as my skincare goes. I use a lot of products. The first one that I used is the Neutrogena Naturals Fresh Cleansing Makeup Remover, which I'm really loving. Second product is the Earth Source Purely Natural Refreshing Toner by Paula's Choice. I always use a toner after I wash my face. Then two more Paula's Choice products, which I mixed together, which has been working wonderfully well. I finally feel like I've hit on some sort of a combination which is, you know, working for my large pores, and it's really helping to minimize the look of them a lot. I mean, my pores are big, and in that close-up that I showed, they're looking a heck of a lot better than they've ever looked before. So I really, you know, give Paula's Choice all the credit for that. So it is the Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Gel. I use 1 pump of this, and excuse the clock, and the Resist Weekly Retexturizing Foaming Treatment 4% BHA, which is a fairly new product that she has come out with. And I use 1 pump of this, so one of this, I combine these together and then put this on my face. And that helps to exfoliate. I have to exfoliate every single day, and I use that twice a day, by the way. And then today, because I just got it in the mail, I decided to use it this morning. I will probably only use this at night though, because I think it's one of the reasons why I'm looking so oily and shiny today. But it's the Paula's Choice Resist Super Antioxidant Concentrate Serum, yay, with vitamin C, which is a really wonderful serum. But like I said, I'll probably only end up using it at night. I bought this for like $5. It was on sale on clearance at the Navy Exchange. Olay Total Effects Tone Correcting Eye Treatment. I bought a couple of these because it's so cheap and because it's really good, but once they're gone, I probably won't buy them again. And of course, you know, then I went a little nuts and used another serum just because I could. And that is my trusty Olay Regenerist Regenerating Serum, fragrance-free, which I added 5 drops of the Paula's Choice Resist C15 Super Booster, which is her vitamin C serum, into. And then I put that all over my face. And then I applied the Olay Regenerist Regenerating Lotion with Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 50. Now, into sunscreens. The reason why I am using this is because I had been using SPF 30, 35 prior to using tretinoin, and that was working fine. However, because you know, tretinoin makes your skin more sensitive, and sunlight, you know, just really tends to deactivate the vitamin A, even though I'm using the tretinoin at night and it's not really an issue during the day. I feel like, and I have a job where I am out in the sun 2 or 3 days a week for like a good, you know, 5 to 6 hours at a shot. So I have, you know, just decided that I need to up my SPF game. And right now I'm in the process of testing all of these, like, you know, high SPF products, of which this is one of them. And I've used this before. It stung my face, it stung around my eyes. I wasn't sure if it was the product or not. So, you know, my skin is really settled down. It's not stinging anymore, you know, because of, like, you know, that fiasco from, you know, last week in the tretinoin. And everything that, you know, I just showed you prior did not sting my face. But as soon as I put this on, it stung. And it's not stinging now, but it's been like, you know, 2 hours since I applied it. And definitely, like, around my eyes, it made this eye start to water. This is my watery eyes, the one that will start to water if it's, like, you know, irritated by anything. And chemical sunscreens are one of the things that it is sensitive to. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this. I can use it like on the rest of me, you know, it's great. It's a great consistency. Really like this product. I just don't think I can use it on my face. I did get a sample of a MAC sunscreen product. It's the Prep and Prime. It has SPF 50 in it. And I got a sample of it. I used it for a few days in a row, and that seemed to be okay. And even though it, like, you know, is a chemical sunscreen, it didn't seem to give me that stinging around my eyes. So I like to get another sample of it, and just to make sure before I actually, like, you know, buy the actual product. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I'm sorry for the crazy insertion of this nighttime video footage, but I realized after I was done filming and after I had downloaded everything that I didn't really explain what my nighttime routine is when I put on the Tretinoin. So the first thing I do is wash my face. It's pretty much all the same products except for maybe like one other. So I wash my face with the Clarisonic, I put on the toner, and then I put on that combination of BHAs, and then I put on the CeraVe cream, not the lotion, but the cream, because right now that's what my skin seems to like and need. And I don't put a lot on. And then I wait about a half an hour. Oh, and then sometimes I'll put on, like, you know, a serum before I actually put on the cream. And if I put on the serum, it's either the Olay Regenerist Regenerating Serum, although tonight I ended up using the Paula's Choice Resist, that one that I showed you earlier. And then I put on the CeraVe cream, and then I wait about a half an hour because I want to make sure that my skin is dry and is absorbed, like, you know, pretty much all of that before I put on the Tretinoin. And then I just take a small amount of the Tretinoin, I mix it with a serum, and I'll either mix it with the same serum that I used earlier or with, like, you know, a different serum. And because tonight I used the Paula's Choice first, I'll probably use the Regenerist Micro Sculpting Serum tonight, and I'll mix the Tretinoin cream with that in order to get better spreadability, like, you know, over my face. And then when I put it on, I just make sure that I don't get it anywhere, like, you know, in here or like right here or like the corners of my mouth, basically. And that's it. Yeah, so I wait 30 minutes, like, after I apply, like, you know, all that good stuff and my CeraVe cream, before I apply my combination of the Tretinoin and the serum. And I'm going to be doing that every night now, from now on, and is the 0.025%. So I do notice, since using the Tretinoin, that my skin, and this is purely subjective, and I don't know, maybe it's wishful thinking, but I think I'm noticing a difference, even in the short period of time that I've been using the Tretinoin, which I wasn't seeing using the over-the-counter retinol products. Now, like I said, you know, I had started off last year using very low-strength retinol over-the-counter products, you know, by Neutrogena, by Paula's Choice. I think maybe there was an Olay, I'm not sure. And then finally, like, you know, culminating with the Peter Thomas Roth Retinol Fusion, which has 1.5% retinol in it, which is a wonderful product. But I just wasn't seeing the results that I was expecting to see. And it's been, like, you know, a year. And I was thinking, gee, you know, if I'm up to like 1.5% over-the-counter retinol, I think it's time to, like, you know, start using, you know, the prescription Tretinoin. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I do think that I notice a difference, even just in, like, you know, the few weeks that I've been using it. I feel like my skin is smoother. I feel like there are bumps, which I used to have here, which have gone down. I feel like I've got, like, not a lot, just very few, but I've got some milia spots. I had like 1, 2 up here. I've got one right here. And I feel like they're now coming to the fore and to the point where, like, you know, they can be easily extracted at some point, which is really nice. And I don't suffer from milia. It's not really an issue. But so I find it kind of interesting that all of a sudden it's like, you know, I'm getting like these little spots. And I think it's because the Tretinoin is really helping to turn over my skin. And that's what it does. It kind of, you know, gets down deep into your skin layer, and it regenerates the cells and regenerates the skin from deep down below. So, and that's why, you know, if you get that kind of, like, you know, lizard peeling, it's just because, you know, you've got so many cells now that are, like, you know, in turnover. And you need to, like, you know, exfoliate. You need to get all that stuff off your face, or else it's going to end up, like, you know, kind of cracked and raw. Kind of like, you know, when your heel gets kind of cracked and raw. If you don't slough that off, it's going to get cracked and painful. Same thing. in my opinion. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with the progress that I'm seeing, and I cannot wait for a year from now so I can kind of like, you know, see what the difference is going to be. And because, you know, I do have like, you know, lines down here which aren't really visible to anybody else other than me. But I think that, you know, if I can become consistent with this and use it every night, eventually, you know, upping to 0.05 and then maybe eventually upping to 1%. I think that's like one of the highest prescription strengths. If I can like, you know, do that every night, then yeah, I think that my skin will just be better and better and better. And I'll look really good by the time I'm 60, hopefully. So that is my story for the day. So stay tuned for more Tretinoin tales in the future, and adios.